And what's hood, what's good? It's your boy DOE PICKS trying to help you get some more chips. You know what it is. It's your brother from another mother coming here and help you to cover some spreads like a bunch of butter. You know what it is. We keeping it smooth to the blues. Look, we're going to go over a quick recap from last week. We had a couple surprises. I definitely like what I saw from the Rams in both games versus the Bills and also versus the Niners. The Niners did try to come back with a little bit of fight, a last little season claw for it, but it didn't work. I knew that the Rams was going to come in there and handle the business. They just was a little too more, balanced on the offensive power side. And then put some respect on the Rams defense too. Keep an eye out for that going forward. Then I'm also looking at the Eagles against the Panthers. That was a really big spread last week. I'm glad I didn't really touch that game like that. The Eagles ended up winning, but they had to sneak to get it out. So if you pick them Panthers to cover the spread, like I said, big spreads are always hard. I stayed away from the game. So hopefully didn't nobody lose too much there. Now, let's get into this week. It's not looking just extra sweet, but it's definitely a little something out there to eat. Your boy DOE PICKS is ready to get some more chips. Look, so I'm going to jump right into it. First game that I put on the slate. Now, some of these games is out of order, and I got it like that for a reason. You shall find out as we get further into the video. But let's start off with game one. We got the New England Patriots on the road playing the Cardinals. Your boy Kyler Murray going up against the young rook out there, Drake May, out there trying to make pay. I've been watching Drake May, bro. Drake May is kind of nice. He make good decisions with the ball. He don't really turn it over too much. And he also got some feet that people be sleeping on. So he's not just a pocket present quarterback. He got a pocket presence, but he also could get out there, get on the scramble a little bit, and drop a little change on the bang. Now, we already know how Kyler Murray swing. He is a joker every game. You don't know which Kyler Murray you're going to get. Some games he completely takes over and he just makes the defense look dumb. And then some games he be playing a little underneath. Like he just be chilling, floating around. I don't really care if I win or not. I feel like he'd be more like trying to make sure his body is healthy for the end of the season. So maybe we start to see a little bit more sparks out of Kyler Murray. With that being said, I'm going to switch sides to the defenses. I'm looking at New England's defense. New England's defense definitely been on a roller coaster all year. They had some decent points, but honestly, they got rid of a couple pieces. So their defenses actually went downhill a little bit. Now, the Cardinals, they got a bunch of young heads finding together how to weave together them threads, how to bring it all together, how to braid it all together. They've been doing their thing slowly but surely. We're not going to put too much on it, but they have been getting better. So as far as the trends on the defense, I see the defense getting a little bit better on the Cardinals. I see the Patriots defense getting actually a little bit worse. Now, offensive, the Cardinals have a lot more weapons, so I feel like they're a lot more prone to put up some big points in a little bit amount of time. They're very dangerous. They got a lot of firepower. Now, this Patriots offense, they can surprise you from here to there, but I'm going to keep it real. They be a little pedestrian. They be a little slow with it, They try to run the ball to death and then try to hit you with some play action here and there, but everybody already kind of know what to expect from the Patriots. With that being said, I'm looking at this game. I feel like you could actually tease this game either way. I feel like it's probably going to be a little bit better than most people think. But if you ask me which way I'm leaning. I'm just leaning. I was kind of leaning towards the Cardinals, but the spread went up a little too high. And I think it's a little too low for me to grab the Patriots. So I'm going to stay away from that game. Might not be a bad game to tease, though. That is definitely a good teaser leg because I feel like it's going to be a fight. And the fact that it's a 7-point game, you tease it, give it up to 13, 15, depending on how many points you buying. you should be in there. You teasing it down for the Cardinals to just win the game, I'm pretty sure that the Cardinals should find a way to dig it out. You know what I'm saying? Might be some late slate, might be a little ugly, but they should be able to pull this one out. Next game, let's get to a check, man. You already know what it is. We got the Washington Commanders going on the road, playing that New Orleans Saints. Look, the Saints is banged up. I don't know what's going on with the quarterback options. They wide receivers ain't been healthy all year. And then Alvin Kamara, he been showing up here and there. But when you very limited on the weapons, I don't know how motivated he is to put his body on the line for those extra yards and those huge plays, unless it's just, obvious real big openings, make a couple big plays here and there. But I don't see him just completely taking over a game and actually winning this game for the Saints. The Commanders got a good defense. The Saints defense is banged up as well. They old as hell. So they slow as hell. So these weapons that they got on the Commanders, they got some nice pieces. They definitely got a running game. They could get that play action going. We already know Jaden Daniels, he be out there making a handle on the quarterback, doing his Dougie, keeping it Dougie. So I expect some big plays to come out of him. Maybe they keep it kind of safe, I would say. They coming off a bye, so I'm pretty sure they might, start off a little slower than we expect. But when that second half kick up, I expect the roster to outweigh the other roster. I expect the heart to outweigh the heart. And I expect the fact that the Commanders are actually in a playoff race. So they're going to have to make a stake in these next few games for their seeding purposes, and they don't want to get knocked out on no BS when they actually been having a cool little season, and they've been surprising people all season. So it ain't no reason to lay down to the Saints. Now the spread is 6.5. That's a decent amount of points this year. But when I look at the coaching matchup, scheming wise, offense, defense, everything to me is saying Commanders. So let's see if the Commanders could go ahead and smack them around and bring the gift to the Ganders, man. It's sounding like cash rules everything around me. Cream, get this money like a la bills, y'all. You already know what it is. Commanders. Now I'm going to move the points, and I'm going to move this thing down to about 5-ish, 5.5, and I'm going to put something on the straight up. But I'm going heavy with this in a teaser. This is my first teaser leg. Next game, let's get to a check, man. We got the Cincinnati Bengals going on the road to tangle with them Tennessee Titans. Look, I think it's all on the wall with the writing for the Titans. The writing's on the wall. I think it's over this season. I'm going to keep it real. Coaching-wise, they looking fried. Offensive-wise, they have a couple good plays, but as far as consistency, what we've been seeing all season, they can't hold a drive together. Or when they do get down the field, they settle in for a lot more field goals than actually being able to put the ball in the end zone. Now, they do surprise you with their defense, come up with an interception, strip sack fumble or something like that, to make it interesting or something. But I'm not seeing that in this scenario. What I'm seeing is Cincinnati's looking at it like, we got a few more games left this season. They are completely healthy. They got all their offensive weapons. Everybody's playing on fire, from the running backs to the wide receivers. The tight ends is playing right. Joe Burrow going crazy, playing nothing less than stupid. I ain't gonna lie, throwing more arrows and darts than Cupid, throwing straight love to the receivers. But that defense has been shaky. So in some spots, they have been very, very questionable. I think that's why this is only a -5 game. We got Cincinnati -5 on the road to Tennessee. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna buy a couple points. I'm gonna get this down to about 3. But more importantly, I'm going to go ahead and put it in a teaser with the Commanders. So then I'm going to move the point down from 5.5 we're going to go ahead and bring that all the way down to plus 1.5 because I'm buying 7.5 points. And then that'll bring the Commanders to +1 as well. So we'll be able to eat. So that is actually one of my heavier bets. That's why I got into those first three like that. I am looking at the Patriots or the Cardinals as a teaser leg as well. So the first three bets are all good teaser legs. And then the Cincinnati and Commanders, I do like them straight up. But to get away from that backdoor cover, especially late in the season, I would say buy a couple points on both these games. But more importantly, put them in a teaser and go kind of heavy. Sounding like cash rules everything around me. Cream, get this money. Dollar bills, y'all. What you mean? Let's get this cream. Next game. Let's get to a check, man. So, look, we got the Kansas City Chiefs on the road going to the Dirty Browns. Now, the thing that make me mad about the Browns, let's start off with the Browns. The Browns defense be showing up. They make tackles, they make plays, they make sacks. They keep the offense in the game. Where the Browns go wrong is they turning the ball over in key situations. I'm not liking that. Now, when I look at scheme-wise, the Browns like to run the ball most of the time, but they've been going with this dink and dunk short pass offense, trying to keep Jameis going. But I don't think that that's the key right here. I think they need to trust in Nick Chubb and bust right through that front of that line and make them commit to the run. And then after that, hit them with some play action. Do I think that the Browns are going to stick to the program? And do I think that the short dink and dunks works against this type of KC defense? I'm going to be honest. I really don't. And also, we got to remember that Kareem Hunt is back in KC. He's not out there in Cleveland no more. So I expect him to show up and blow up this game as well. And look, everybody's been scratching the Chiefs off all season. I'm looking at this game, -4. I think you could definitely buy a point here and take the Chiefs on the road as a road favorite. Now, can the Browns show up and surprise them? Yes. Do I think it's actually going to happen and then be able to sustain a win for a full game? No. I think at some point or another, they make a bonehead to throw the bread away. So I'm not really going to bet this game. If I do, I'm going light and I'm throwing the Chiefs in a teaser. I would say definitely buy a point. Take the Chiefs -3. Right now, the spread's at 4. Get in early before they close the door. Chiefs -4, cover the spread on the road. Let's get this bread. You already know what it is. Next game. Let's get to a check, man. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Black and yellow. Going on the road to my Philadelphia Eagles. Don't do the bird on them. Look, this is going to be an old school dogfight. Defenses is going to be punching each other in the mouth. It's going to be some running game going on. This is going to be a dogfight. We already know what the Steelers like to do. They like to run the ball and play action here and there, and to mainly just depend on that defense. We know what my Eagles been doing. We've been going Saquon crazy. Saquon been hitting his super Saquons on him. He didn't hit his super Saquons. He in a whole different level right now. So look, I'm looking at this game though. They playing in Philly. Should be a nice cold game. So I'm expecting to see what both teams do best is run the ball. So I expect this game to go under. I expect it to go under. You can definitely buy a couple points, get it up to 45, 46. I expect it to actually go under. But I do expect the Steelers to keep it close. +5.5 is a little too much for the brush, especially in NFL. Two really good teams Really good coaches, two really good records, really good defenses. Look, this going to be a barn burner. So definitely get your snacks and enjoy the show. But as far as where my dough going to play, you know I don't really like to bet Eagles games. So what I'm going to do is, if I even touch this game, I'm just going to lightly brush this game because I feel like you go either way. So this is definitely not a bad teaser leg either way. I feel like this week's definitely a teaser week. Steelers plus 5.5 is the side. It only makes sense. Go ahead and buy a 1.5. Make it a touchdown. Eagles got to win by 8. You should be straight. You feel me? Me, I'm not really going to touch this game. It's conflict of interest. I can't really touch it. You know, I'm not really allowed to do too much this game. But I'm definitely going to watch for fun. Next game. Let's get to a check, man. You know what it is. We got the Buffalo Bills. Benny the Butcher on the road going to see them Detroit Lions. Shout out to the D. I swear. Look, we got a real game going on. This is going to be another dogfight. I'm loving this slate this week. I'm loving it. Look, I can't stress to you that I'm feeling the teasers this week. I don't want to put too many in the teaser. I would say keep it light, 2 or 3 team teasers. Buy 7.5 or 10 points, bet a little bit heavier and keep it like that. Don't really try to get into 4 or 5, because then, one upset, one wrong score, something like that could ruin your whole slate, eat up all your cake. So I would say keep it 2 teams and move me. This is definitely one of them weeks. But let's get to these Bills and these Lions. Now, we already know that the Lions been feasting on everything moving. The Lions been treating everything like prey. Every single day, they the predator. So we already know they're going to go for the jugular regardless. Offensively, they got all their weapons. Everybody's healthy. This is where things get shaky. Defensively, they is in shambles right now. People are banged up. Secondary's banged up. Linebackers are banged up. D-line's a ghost right now. They don't got nobody really right now. And even when the 1 or 2 people come back this week from being gone last week, or they questionable this week, they're not going to be at full tilt. This is going to be a smacker, a hitter. This is going to be a physical game. People coming in here to knock heads off. Trust me, because both of them are number 1 in the division, and this could be a Super Bowl preview, mark my words. Could be a Super Bowl preview. So I expect to see the best out of both sides right here. Now, let's switch over to the Bills. Bills defense been showing up and blowing up. They've been going crazy. They've been definitely playing real active. They've been flying around. They've been playing real sticky on defense. I've been liking what I see. And offensive-wise, hey, put some respect on that boy Josh Allen. That boy Josh Allen, he ain't been doing them turnovers this year. He been being a lot smarter with the ball. So it's been doing his team a lot of justice. Got to put some respect on that. And he's been picking the good times when to try to run and make a play, or when to just let his players do what they need to do, or get rid of the ball and live to fight another down. Decision-making, symbiosis, I've been seeing it. So with that being said, I'm looking at this game. They did take one on the chin last week. They got in a barn fire with them Rams. That was a crazy good game, but I'm expecting to see a little response right here, at least to make it a fight. So if you asking me who I'm liking, can you play them Bills? Can you play the Buffalo Bills? Can you play the Idaho Bills? Listen, let's see what Josh Allen come through when he's smiling and styling. Come through, going crazy at QB, dropping back and wilding. You know what it is, man. I want to see them Bills come through and get this grill. They playing indoors, so that should give their offense a chance to make a few plays, especially on this defense that definitely got some second and third string pieces out there. You know, they should be able to find a way to make some plays. They definitely should be able to get that running game going atrociously. And I think that's going to create problems for the Lions defense. And I'm looking for this game to actually kind of be a shootout. I don't expect that the Bills just going to hold the Lions all the way down. So I do expect this game to go over. Maybe in the first half, start off kind of slow. Second half, we see all the fireworks and we see the big show. You already know what it is, but we going with the Buffalo Bills +1 against the Lions. Next game. Let's get to a check, man. We got the Miami Dolphins swimming out there to Houston Texans. Look, let's start off with the Texans. Texans been up and down all season for no reason. They O-line can't block. They defense got all good pieces, but the chemistry ain't really been there. They've been just, letting things happen. And I don't know if it's because they're on the field a lot, because they offense don't have a lot of time in possession and they're not scoring that much. Like I said, that does something to the spirit of the defense. You be kind of ready to get to the next play, and hope that they drop the ball or something, and not playing with as much effort when your offense ain't giving you that camaraderie, when they ain't giving you that fire, they ain't giving you that motivation, they ain't putting that gasoline on that fire. You know what I'm saying? You get a little tired a little easier, So I don't know if it's because of that, but their defense hasn't been playing up to par. Now, their offense also hasn't been playing up to par. They added pieces this year, but they also suffered a couple injuries during this season that kind of brought their momentum backwards. And also, their O-line can't block a Pop Warner team right now. So, with that being said, it's only so much CJ can do. I got some respect for their boy Mixon. He been straight mixing. He been trucking and bucking out there. He been doing this thing. But as far as everybody else, up and down like a roller coaster. I can't really trust you. So I've been looking at these Dolphins. They ticking up. Texans is ticking down. I don't want to overthink this game. Like, at first when I looked at the game, I was like, oh, I don't know. But check this out, bro. Last 3-4 weeks, I've been swimming with the Dolphins in Tampa Bay in a 2-team teaser, and they've been making me pay. Everything else, been a little shaky, but these two teams, the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Miami Dolphins, they've been swimming and winning, man. So what I'm finna do, I'm finna definitely take them Dolphins. Now, they are +2.5. What I'm gonna do is sprinkle me, man. Do my E40 water. I'm going to sprinkle on top, you feel me? So we can cover the bread and get the slaughter. Check this out. That thing going from +2.5, Miami +3.5, maybe Miami +4. Sounding good to you, boy, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Even if the Texans come out and win this game, I suggest and I expect that Miami got something to say about the pay. So I'm going that way. You already know what it is. Let's go swimming and get some whopping with the Miami Dolphins and keep it bossing, man. Next game. Let's get to a check, man. We got the New York Jets, man, on the road, flying to the Jags. Now, look, I've been picking the Jags in some teasers. I had the Jags to actually hit an upset. I had them in a little parlay, covered on that. They showed up last week. But I'm going to be honest, though. That offense is still looking a little suspect. Don't look like they got all the chemistry, the camaraderie. They don't got the play calling, for one, because Dougie P is not him. I keep telling them their coach is not him. So with that being said, most of the time, I'm going to bet against them to get the bread. Unless it's a super, just overrated favorite team. But in that case, this ain't the case. Everybody know that the Jets been playing like hot garbage all season. Their offense been moving and grooving, but you know that D ain't been doing what it's supposed to be doing. And also the offense, you know, you got to put up tutties at the right time in the right scenarios. You got to, sometimes you can't get off the field. You know, you at least got to get a field goal out of the scenario. So I can't put it all on the defense. I will put it on some of that play calling though. Hackett, you definitely need to pack it. You're garbage. Get him out of there. So with that being said, I'm probably not going to touch this game. If I do, it's going to be a light brush on this, man. But I'm looking at the Jets -3, bro. Go ahead and buy a couple points. Take the Jets. They got a better roster. They got a better defense, better offense, and weapons. I'm just looking at it like, yeah, it's, you know, by default, Jets. Next game. Let's get to a check, man. We got the Indianapolis Colts on the road to the Denver Broncos. Now, look. This game, I've been actually scratching my head a little bit. My initial, just first pick, mind looking at it, I would think, okay, Broncos -4 sounds finger licking, easy pickings. But I'm gonna keep it trill. Last few games of the season, the Colts got a really good running game. The way these two teams play, they kind of play similar, except for the Broncos quarterback is a little bit more accurate, and the Colts quarterback is a little bit more athletic. So in this ish, you take your picks. I'm probably going to go ahead and throw that to the side. If anything, I'll put the Broncos in a money line parlay, or I just tease it, even though I don't like teasing through 0. But I would say Broncos, let's slide if I had to pick a side. But I'm probably not going to touch it unless it's Broncos money line in some type of parlay or a very light teaser that I don't really care about. Next game. Let's get to a check, man. We got the Chicago Bears. Shout out to my partners from the Go. Look. The Bears is going on the road to play the Vikings. The Bears embarrassed us last week. If the Bears would have showed up, oh my God, I would have had a major cash week. I had them in a few different parlays, couple teasers, and they just couldn't even hold teaser water. That was completely embarrassing. And the Niners ain't even that nice. But I just think that they caught him in a bad spot, and that offense just couldn't get nothing going. Niners was playing turned up a little bit. They was playing for their life and their reputation and respect, and they pulled out a win. Now we also seen what the Niners did against them Rams, so that's a whole different scenario. But let's stay focused on these Bears right now. These Bears, they got pieces offensively. They can run the ball. Caleb could throw the ball. It's just, are they scheming the right things? And is he getting the ball out when he needs to instead of holding it and just trusting what he's seeing and getting rid of the ball? But they have been drawing us some hot garbage for him. So I know some of what he's seeing, he like, what the hell? I don't know what you want me to do with this, because there's 2 motherfuckers right there and neither one of them ain't on my team. But that's the direction you got me looking in, but whatever. But so I'm looking at their defense. Their defense is pretty decent. They show up better when the offense is moving the ball. Like I tell you, those two go hand in hand. So the Vikings been going crazy this whole season. Their offense has been producing. They've been having trouble in the red zone. I've been saying that a lot. That red zone trouble, it gets serious. This is a divisional game. This is the Bears are on the road, so I can understand the +7, but it is a divisional game. One of the last few games of the season. I'm looking at how Bears match up. The Vikings offensively should be able to move the ball pretty well, but I expect that Bears defense to make it a little tight for them in the red zone. So they actually might be able to keep this a little bit closer than most people think. So what I would do is, if anything, I would take the Bears. But I'm staying away from this game, but I'm going to say Bears by default. Next game. Let's get to it, check, man. Look, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a player. Maybe they need a couple spare dollars. Maybe they in Vegas and they just want to pop champagne, dust off their shoulders, pop their collar, and keep it drippy and keep it pimpy and saucing and bossing and however they do it. And they want to give a little bread count while they out here bouncing. Look, send them my video and let them know you can help your chippies grow. Go ahead and like and subscribe to the video, and let's make this cake shake this season. You already know what it is. Back to the slate. Next game on the plate. We got the Baltimore Ravens on the road to the New York Giants. Giants are plus 16.5. Ooh-wee. They smell this blowout coming. NFL, I don't know how this ain't going to be a blowout. Only way this don't be a blowout, honestly, is if the Ravens just play down to their competition and, they get to playing around with their food, Other than that, this should be a snack. This shouldn't even be nothing to eat on. This should be a snack. But I tell you like this, 16 is a lot of points in the NFL. That is a lot of points. And they should cover this spread, but that is a lot of points. So with me and all that being said, 16 is just a lot of points. I'm definitely not touching the Giants. And I really don't want to touch the Ravens with 16, even though they should blow them out. Now, if you want to put the Ravens in the teaser, go ahead and tease them up. And I would say you should be okay. Other than that, I'll probably just stay away. It's a lot of other games you could bet on to get this pay. You don't got to touch everything that's right there. Sometimes that's how you throwing away money at loose bets instead of focusing and allocating all your money to the right plate to make sure that you ate, Next game. Let's get to a check, man. We got the Tampa Bay Bucks on the road going to them Los Angeles Chargers. Look, I know a lot of people been watching the Chargers. They've been going crazy. I got to put some respect on Justin Herbert. He been going crazy, making plays with his legs too. They be sleeping on that boy. He be out there making plays with his legs. They cover up all them little receivers because he don't got too many weapons outside. So sometimes he be like, he been making his little wiggles. I've been watching it. Coaching been going crazy. I like how they approach most of their games. They definitely still stay true to their run game. They don't get lost in the sauce and they don't become one-dimensional no matter what the score is in the game. And I really like that. Their defense always shows up to play, at least with some heart and some fight. And Bosa's back. Khalil's back. They've been making some differences. I've been watching. It's been getting serious. Now, that D-line been looking a little bit better. And when the D-line look better, what does it do for the secondary? Get him less time that they got to cover because the quarterback has less time to throw. So now I only got to guard you for 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. You ain't open. Instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anybody could get open. My son could probably get open on me in 6 seconds. Maybe not right now. He probably still need a few more years. But nevertheless, still though, 6 seconds, 5, 6 seconds, a lot of time. But them 1-2s with that D-line getting more pressure, that's making a difference. That's definitely making a difference. But then let's go to and they got a running game. Now I don't know if McConkey's gonna be 100%, but he been balling and he been showing up in games even when he ain't 100%. So let's put some respect on him. But I still think they need like 1 or 2 more weapons on offense to be as potent as they would like to be. Next side, we got to look at the Bucks. Baker Mayfield been making skrill. Baker, money maker all season. I've been going Baker Mayfield all season. I don't care whether he's a dog. I don't care whether he's on top. He show up like a janitor. Keys to the game in a mop, boy. About to clean up. What you mean, boy? What you mean? He gonna cover that spread and touch that bread, bro. I'm trying to tell you. You name it. He coming to claim it. You name it, he coming to claim it. So I just gotta, just out of loyalty to the royalty of this, I'm looking at it and I'm like, +3, +4 is a little bit too much room in the door. You understand me? So I'm going to go ahead and put the money on Baker to cover the 4. Buy a couple points. Go heavy on this spread, bro. This is one of my favorite ones this week. Definitely a teaser leg on these geeks. I'm probably going to pair that up with the Falcons. And I might have another one that I'm going to pair up with another team, I'm going to tell you. But this is definitely in a couple of my teasers, my 2-team teasers that I'll be doing. But this is one of those ones that I'm definitely going heavy on the Fetty for. So I'm liking the Bucks. Now the Chargers could show up and blow them out. But when I think about how the Tampa Bay play, bro, he ain't been laying down on nothing. He ain't laying down on shit. So we got to put some money on Baker Mayfield because he been keeping it too legit to quit. You understand me? Even if they don't win, he going to show up. And that's all we got to do to have a chance to get this dough up. Is them to show up. Next game. Let's get to a check, man. We got the Green Bay Packers. Cheeseheads trying to see some cheese bread. Now they on the road going against the Seattle Seahawks. Going up to Seattle, you always going to see a battle. I'm going to be honest. Now, I've been watching the Seahawks trying to make their little comeback for the season. They definitely been getting that run game going. That quarterback been making a little bit better decisions. And he been making plays with his legs in critical, pivotal moments. And I definitely been liking what I've been seeing from that. The effort is definitely where it's at. That defense been making some better plays. And look, I'm looking at it, and it doesn't look like they trying to go out with a fight without a fight. So that's what it's looking like for Seattle. Now, the NFC West, you got 3 teams in a battle right now. It's still pretty much anybody's snatch right now. And then 49ers are technically only a couple games out because NFC West hasn't been doing too well in general. So I'm looking at this game. I got the Green Bay Packers still winning this game -2.5 on the road going into that mode. Look, I'm liking Josh Jacobs in that running game. I'm liking these young bulls at receiver. And I ain't going to lie, Jordan Love, he be making plays. It's just sometimes he try to do a little too much at the wrong time. And then sometimes it's the defense that kind of be giving up the running. So they let teams get in good field position because they be giving up running plays. But I still feel like Green Bay is the better overall team. They've been playing more consistently. And if you ask me who has the better coaching, I got to go with your boy, Matt LaFleur. He is a sleeper as far as a head coach. People be sleeping on how good of a head coach he is. He definitely has some good play calling. Now, does his team always execute the mindset that he's drawing up? We don't live in a perfect world. But with that being said, they always show up to get this dough up, and we got to put a little respect on it. So I'm taking them Packers, not to be no slackers. Next game. Let's get to a check, man. We got the Atlanta Falcons on the road at the Raiders, -4. Ooh. Sounding like cash rules everything around me. Cream, get this money. La, 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 bills, y'all. I'm going to be honest. I think the Raiders done packed it up for this season. Now they defense, they always playing with some pride. They playing with some energy. You know, these are professionals out here. Everybody gets paid to play. You know, you could be hired and fired off of one game performance. So you still get some heart out there. But it's about the consistency. It's about the full 4 quarters. And I'm looking at this game, and I like the Falcons with Bijan Robinson. I like the weapons that they got on the outside, and I expect for Curry to come back and make a statement before this season is over. They still are chance to fight for that playoff slot with Tampa Bay. They fighting right now. So it could go either way. So with that being said, I'm looking at this spread. I said Falcons -4. I'm taking that. Look, let's go ahead and move that spread. We're going to move that thing to 2.5. And hopefully we could move our hands to some blues in the bag. You understand what I'm saying? Look, let's check this pay. I'm thinking Falcons -2.5 all the way. Look, thank you for tuning in, coming in for some wins. Definitely appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Touching down with your DOE Picks. Let's get some more chips. Season almost over, so hopefully you keeping your betting right. Make sure you be smart with your pot. So at the end of this, you could say you got some guap and enjoyed your season and got to also enjoy some good games to watch and got some good information to take on with you, you know, for years to come, you know, for years for you to go on your run. I'm just here trying to whip you up a little something. Make sure you ate off the slate. It's your boy, DOE Picks, always trying to help you get more bricks. I'll check you out after the games next week, man. You know what it is. Let's get some more chips. Holla. I don't know what I'm talking about.